Well, there is definitely some great news when it comes to ammo. Supply is up and demand is way, way down. And as a result, there are 3 calibers that are at lower prices since the beginning of 2020 that if you're not stocked up yet, right now is the time you need to stock up, especially before the November 2024 election. Now, before we get into this, I do want to take a moment and thank our sponsor, Victory Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Kansas City, Kansas, for not just supporting the channel, but being the hands and feet of Jesus Christ by having ministries that feed the hungry, clothe the naked, take care of the widows and the orphans. They are literally being the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. So I'm going to put their link below. Check out their Giving Hope link. Check out their different ministries. If there's something that's particularly dear to your heart, you could definitely support them. But in addition to that, if you're in the market for a car, I recommend you buy a car from them. They can ship it to you, and a portion of those proceeds go right back into that ministry. So that link is below. Well, what are we getting at? Well, we met with Maggie recently and just kind of talking about what's going on with ammo prices. And there's a few things taking place. One, there's certain calibers that are going way down. Other calibers are trickling down, but they're showing up for the first time in a long time. So we're going to just talk calibers for a while. Well, what's going down a lot, because it is of an abundance, is NATO rounds, things that are coming out of Lake City Ammo Plant. 9mm, 5.56 NATO, 7.62 NATO. All of these are of abundance, and they're going way, way, way down in price because demand is so low. So I'm going to recommend you stock up on those particular calibers. Now, when I say stock up, most of you, including myself, we've already stocked up. Like, we kind of stocked up back then. Obviously, you could do a little replenishing and replacing, get rid of some of that old ammo, replace it with some new. So I'm not recommending you just start hoarding it and stock, because then you're just going to make the prices go up. That's not what I'm recommending. All I'm saying is if you don't have an ample amount of ammo stockpiled, that right now is financially the best time to do it since the beginning of 2020, financially speaking, especially in those 3 calibers. Now, when it comes to other calibers, the good news is we're beginning to see a lot of these really hard to find rounds like 44 Magnum, those kind of things are now starting to show themselves for the first time in a bit. So it's really a good time to buy that as well, almost regardless of the price. Like, don't buy price gouge, like get good prices, because, you know, a box of 20 44 Magnum should be under $20. Don't pay over $20 for that. It should be more like in the 15 range. So all I'm saying is get it. If you don't have, like, if you have a 44 Magnum or something, you know, that had those odd rounds that have been hard to find, well, you can find them now. So get those. But I also recommend that you stock up on some of this more affordable ammo. Again, that's going to be the 9mm. That's going to be the 5.56 NATO and the 7.62 NATO. Or the 223 308, same general idea, a little different round, but same general idea. Now, why before the election? Well, I'm just going to say that I believe as we get closer to the election, it's going to get weird for sure. And at the very least, I think people are going to kind of start to buy more ammo, and they're going to start to buy more guns and buy those things that they think they need to kind of survive an event if something was to happen. And goodness gracious, who knows what's going to happen between now and then. So I'm saying that right now is the time to buy it, because I believe by the time you get to the election, I hope I'm wrong, but I believe by the time you get to the election, I think a lot of people are going to be doing some panic buying when it comes to guns and ammo. It's just my prediction. I hope I'm wrong. But I would be surprised if I was wrong. I guess let's put it that way, because already you have different political sides saying, you know, you got to buy Glocks and you got to buy, you know, like, so, you know, just know people are going to be taking that advice. As politicians begin to say, you better arm yourself, a lot of people are going to be taking that advice, and they're going to start arming themselves with more than what they already have. and prices then are going to go up because supply or demand is going up. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight on any of that, definitely put that below. Again, best time right now financially to buy 9mm, 5.56 or 7.62, and it's really about the best time to buy those odd calibers, simply because they're available and they're still reasonably priced in comparison to what they were a few years ago, if you could even gotten them at all. So, and then again, I recommend you get these before the election, because my guess is they're going to go up before then. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I will be. Any thoughts or insight? Definitely put that below. I do want to take a moment and say, please consider being a patron of this channel. It greatly increases our ability to kind of just not have to deal with the YouTube algorithm and just put out the content that we believe is necessary to put out. That link is below. And those of you who are patrons of this channel, thank you for supporting this channel. Again, we put out the content we put out because of you. Again, that link's below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. So never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, love guns.